G'day everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the channel. So we have a reaction video. This is going to be Christmas in the 1980s, Life in America. Now, you're probably thinking, why am I doing a reaction to this? Now, growing up in the 80s, every movie that we watched about Christmas was American. You know, you get all that information from these movies. So let's jump in and let's see if I remember any of this from my childhood. So let's jump in. Let's have a look at this one.
Every decade adds its unique touch to Christmas culture and history. From the classic Christmas music from the 40s and 50s to the aluminum trees of the 1960s. But in terms of sheer volume of enduring pop culture, no decade comes close to the 1980s. Nothing gets you into the Christmas spirit quite.
Is that Nancy Reagan? I think I've seen that photo before. I'm pretty sure that, obviously Mr. T, I'm pretty sure that's Nancy Reagan. Or one of the first ladies? Pretty sure. Let me know down in the comment.
Like a little Christmas music. And the 1980s
Oh, those
had its
two.
fair share. Islands in the Stream duo, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, released Once Upon a Christmas in 1984, and also starred in a Christmas special called A Christmas to Remember.
I don't know if I've seen that. A Christmas to Remember? I don't know. I don't know if I have. Oh, okay.
Also that year, the charity supergroup Band Aid gave us Do They Know It's Christmas, which became the biggest selling single ever. And finally, 1987 brought us the first hip-hop Christmas song with Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis. The song was also included in the movie Die Hard, which made it even more popular.
Which is a Christmas movie. I don't care what you say. It is a Christmas movie through and through. Yep.
The 1980s had so much variety in Christmas music from all genres, making it a unique departure from more traditional songs.
God, remember that tinsel that you just kind of threw on? I remember that. We had that here. My mum used to do it, that tinsel. My mum is Scottish. We would go to school, you would come back and there'd be decorations on the roof, everything. She was huge on Christmas. I don't know if she got it from her mum. She never told us, but yeah, she was massive on especially the decoration. It looked like you were walking into a Christmas set on some TV show. It was fun. It was really fun. It was amazing to come home to.
In the 80s, the shopping mall was the central hub for all things Christmas. Not only was it brimming with shoppers, but it was also decorated from top to bottom, making it a perfect time to wait in line and sit on Santa Claus's lap.
I tell you the reason why we go to shopping malls, shopping centers, we call them here in Australia at Christmas time, is because it's free aircon. Christmas is in summer in Australia, which is bloody hot. I grew up poor. We didn't have aircon, so we went to the shopping center and spent the day there because it was cool, it was free, and it was walk around with bare feet. Oh man, magical. That was our snow time in Australia. Shopping centers with free aircon, absolutely fantastic.
This also gave many parents time to sample selections from Hickory Farms while they waited.
What the heck is Hickory Farms?
The 1980s is when mass hysteria over the must-have toys of the season began.
Yep.
This is also the time when Toys R Us became a retail juggernaut, with many kids trading in the Sears catalog for the Toys R Us Dream Book.
We haven't had, I think I was a teenager, maybe even my early 20s before we got a Toys R Us. We had Toy World in Australia, pretty much the same thing, I would say. But yeah, that was the big thing. Toy World for Christmas. That is exactly right.
To pick out the things they wanted from Santa.
1985. Wow. Okay. The old bikes. Good times.
Let's face it, when we think about Christmas in the 1980s, our minds go to the toys of the time.
Yep.
Who remembers the lines to get a Cabbage Patch Kid? Or maybe
we had them here that weren't probably maybe girls were probably a bit more. I was into Voltron, Transformers, that kind of stuff. That was my huge Christmas in the 80s. I always remember getting a one. You get the 5 lines and it attaches and it's a big Voltron. That was my go-to in the 80s. Love Voltron. Not so much. I knew obviously about him, and obviously this one. I can't remember what is his name. Talking Bear, isn't it? That one. I can't remember what his name starts with. The R.
The other top toys of the decade, like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Ruxpin. Oh God, I couldn't remember his bloody name. Ruxpin. That's it.
Transformers. That's right. A Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep. Got Nintendo. It was myself and 2 brothers. We had Nintendo. 100%. 100%. Man, the day we got that Nintendo, whew. Man, that was a good day.
Or even a big wheel. All of these things were at the top of every kid's wish list.
Yep.
And it made for an exciting Christmas morning, waiting and wondering if you were going to get that one thing you desperately wanted.
Never had a big wheel. Never.
The lead up to the big day still saw kids watching the classic animated shows from earlier decades. But many of their favorite shows also began airing Christmas specials. From a He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special to ones from Garfield.
Hey, Alf. Oh, my God. I loved Alf. It's a fantastic show.
Alf.
Yep.
The Muppets.
Yep.
And Pee-wee Herman. There was no lack of options when it came to TV programming.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse. I don't even think I've ever seen any of his movies. The first time I knew about the guy that does Pee-wee was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was one of the vampires in that. I think that was the first time I ever heard about Pee-wee Herman. I'm pretty sure.
On the big screen, the 1980s continued to contribute to pop culture, with holiday favorites like A Christmas Story, Santa Claus the Movie.
First time I saw Santa Claus the Movie, I was in grade 6 in school. Loved that movie. We watched it every year after it came out in school. I only watched Christmas Story, I think 2 years ago. Was the first time I ever saw that with the BB gun and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
Scrooged and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Love it.
These films, along with many more, would lay the groundwork for the mini marathons that would become a staple of modern cable television.
I don't know what that movie is.
There were also many memorable TV movies that were quintessential 1980s, including The Night They Saved Christmas, A Smoky Mountain Christmas, and A Very Brady Christmas.
I think I've seen The Smoky Mountain. That's the one with Dolly Parton. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one. Haven't seen the Brady one, though. Okay.
From shopping for gifts to spending time at home watching movies, the Christmas season was still about spending time with the ones we loved. The traditions and memories made during this time are what make us yearn for that feeling again.
God, my wife and I just threw our old Christmas tree because it was falling apart last year, and we realized we had it for over 30 years. That's shocking. That's shocking. It's like, wait, what? I think it was the first Christmas tree we bought together, and I think we were both 18, maybe 19. Maybe 18 it would have been. Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, we got the money's worth out of it for sure. 30-something years, it's just crazy. we both looked at each other and said, let's not mention this again. Let's not mention the 30-year-old Christmas tree. That is shocking. Shocking. Time
Christmas
gets away.
in the 1980s was a special time, especially if you were a kid who received a Nintendo in 1985.
Yep.
If you have your own memories or traditions of Christmas, I would love for you to share them in the comments. Please enjoy this remaining photo album from the past of Christmas during the 1980s.
I just looking at the massive TVs as well. I mean, there were whole pieces of furniture, weren't they? The TVs in the 80s, they were massive. Good luck trying to move them up and downstairs, I tell you what. Hey, there's that's a Transformer one. I thought that was a Voltron, but it's not. That's a Transformer. Fantastic. Excellent. The old Lego. Hey, there's Voltron there. That's Voltron with the sword. Mine was bigger than that. You could actually, they were actually quite big. You could actually fit action figures into the actual, all these arms and stuff came apart. You had 5 different lions. G.I. Joe, fantastic. Oh, man. What a Christmas. What a Christmas that would have been. Wow, that's a lot of presents. Holy moly. Oh, look at that. Snake Mountain. Master of the Universe. Damn, I never had any Snake Mountain. Oh, damn, they got some good presents. Holy moly. Just looking around there. Battling robots as well. Dang. Oh, wow. Lone Ranger stuff? Wow. I never had any. Lone Ranger was a little bit before my time, though. That's more the 60s, isn't it, Lone Ranger? Yeah. Skeletor. Wow, that's a great costume. Holy moly. God, look at all the Cabbage Patch Kids. Man. The old action set with the gun with Duck Hunt. Fantastic. Oh, I had so much fun with that. Nintendo. Absolutely fantastic. That was the gift to have. Tell you what. That tree's a little sparse, but anyway. That was fantastic. That was a trip down memory lane, especially those toys of generations gone by. It was the toy to get, you know, whatever toy it was for that year, Care Bears, whatever it was for that year. But you knew about it. You know, that's where those movies come, you know, Jingle All the Way and stuff, you know, getting that action figure and whatever. The most popular toy of the day you got to get. It was a bit hard living in Australia because most of the toys we never got. We got a couple, you know, trickle through and whatever, the bigger ones, but most of the other ones we didn't have at all. So, but that was great. That was a great. I remember, you know, some of those homemade Christmas decorations in the background there. Some of it on the tree. I remember those where the tinsel was those little stringy bits, and you hung it on the tree and everything. Terrible to clean up because usually half of it landed on the floor. So, but yeah, that was a good video. That was a good video. A nice little walk down memory lane. Nothing like that excitement when you're a kid getting up in the morning and you come out and it's a little bit, you know, not quite bright in the day, and you know the Christmas tree is shining and all the presents are there. Getting to open them up. Oh, what a time to be alive! What a time! But let me know if you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I'll definitely see you in the next reaction video. Oh, you're still here? You want more content? Why don't you check out my Patreon down here? You'll get plenty more content and some exclusive videos over there too. If not, why not check out this one over here?